Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Right now, it's going to be around noontime in New York. So it's about dinner time for me. I am going to make a Palantir video. I'm just enjoying my view, and I got to give you guys content. But before I go any further, can I please show you guys? Look how absolutely gorgeous this place is. Look at the sun setting. I mean, it's absolutely divine. Phenomenal. Just pure beauty here in Croatia. I love it. It's funny, you talk to people about America, New York, and I show them the video about how the deodorant is locked up, and I show them videos how steak is locked up, and people are like, this is not true. We saw it on TV, but we didn't believe it. It's true, and believe it. Europe might not be technologically as advanced. Europe might not be leaders in artificial intelligence, but in quality of life, I believe that Europe is far, far ahead and exceeding the United States. And maybe if I have the ability in the future, I can live in a place like this with the family. But in any case, let's talk a little bit about Palantir. Speaking about Europe, the markets are down today. If you were or didn't know why Palantir is not up or down, and even it's up 0.5% last time I checked in the European markets in the German stock exchange. So Palantir is having a green day. It's up 0.5%, so that's good, which would put us somewhere right around the high $15 range, right south of $16 a share, which in my personal opinion is right around where Palantir should be. I believe Palantir is overvalued at $20. I believe that Palantir is undervalued at $10, and I believe that the fair market value or fairly valued price of Palantir, just to be clear, is right around this mid-teen range, plus or minus. $14 fairly valued, $15 fairly valued, $16 fairly valued. 17, 18, 19, 20 degrees of overvalued, and of course 13, 12, 11, 10 degrees of undervalued, so on and so forth. So I think that there's a lot of haters and a lot of absurdity out there, and there's such an echo chamber, but the echo chamber is not just for Twitter or X or YouTube and social media. There's such an echo chamber from news articles and news outlets, where it's either you're the best or you suck. So there's a lot of haters right now that are completely shitting on Palantir, saying that Palantir is late to the party. Palantir cannot compete with the likes of Microsoft and Google and Nvidia, OpenAI, Bard by extension, and a lot of other companies. So to say you don't like Palantir is one thing. To say that Palantir has a steep hill ahead is another thing. To say that this is not going to be easy and there's so many people that are coming out with LLMs, machine learning, artificial intelligence platforms is one thing. But to say that Palantir is not one of the leaders is absolutely freaking absurd. You understand? Palantir has been in artificial intelligence and machine learning for nearly 2 decades, 100% for the better part of the last decade, really getting into it. The whole point of Palantir is artificial intelligence, specifically in machine learning, and that's where they got their start with the United States military, and they were expanding from there. So I think it's absurd to say that because Microsoft and Google are offering some LLMs, that Palantir is not going to compete. So I want to just say Palantir is focusing specifically on this, while Google and Microsoft, it's not their only specific focus. They have an entire platform that they do, that they're trying to integrate this into the platform. One thing I'll say about Palantir is they have an extreme problem with scaling down, because Palantir started working with the US military. They offer enterprise solution, they offer empire builders, they offer an extremely robust product that essentially changes and shapes and revamps your entire organization across a mega $100 billion company, for example, or across an entire government agency. And you see this time and time again. That's literally where Palantir came from, by the way. Palantir's issue is they need to be able to scale down and offer a not as robust product. For example, OpenAI Enterprise ChatGPT is probably going to take a shit ton of market share from the smaller businesses, and by smaller, billion-dollar businesses as well, right? Palantir needs to find an ability to scale down and make a leaner not as robust, more nimble offering for these companies to compete. This, I believe, is true. But for the major companies that really want to reshape and revamp the way you do your entire business from A to Z, between many different departments in many different cities and states and possibly countries, Palantir is going to be the clear-cut winner. Now, there is, of course, going to be competition, but I think Palantir is going to be one of the leaders and come out ahead. I also think Palantir, if you read Peter Thiel's 0 to 1, and I make a lot of posts about this, where you create an entire market, not just you do something different, you create an entire market. I believe that Palantir has been slowly, surely molding a market that people didn't know existed and only now see that the market is here, thanks to applications like ChatGPT and Google Bard. That's my personal opinion. I've been saying this for the longest time on this specific channel. However, Bard and ChatGPT for Enterprise is not going to be doing something like a NHS federated data platform, which is revamping, reshaping an entire, not just department, entire branch or organization for an entire government. It's not going to happen. Now, we're going to know who wins this September 27th, September 28th, who's going to win this contract with the NHS. And I truly, truly hope that it's going to be Palantir. It's not a do or die moment for Palantir. However, it'll hurt if Palantir loses this due to some political issues. This is going to be bad, but not a do or die. But if Palantir loses this because they're going to say Palantir does not have the capabilities to do so and so, so we have to break it up, or Palantir cannot do this or this, so we have to give the contract to another company, and then yeah. So if they would say, hey, no Palantir, but we're giving it to OpenAI ChatGPT for Enterprise, it sucks for Palantir. Big time, big time, big time. And the price is going to collapse. But any announcement of us not getting this contract is going to be a bad thing in general, but there's levels of you're not getting this contract. But there's a lot of great things that are happening as well. So, look, I'm not going to tell you how to invest. I'm not going to tell you how to think. I'm going to give you my own personal opinion. I was investing in Moderna. I made $1 million in Moderna. I started investing in Moderna in February of 2020. Yeah, COVID-19 just hit in November-ish. I was in a wedding in Mexico, and I said I am going to invest in Moderna. Right when it was announced that they were doing mRNA technology for vaccines, so on and so forth. People thought I was crazy. People like, Adam, there's nothing's happening with COVID, so on and so forth. And I'm not going to get into this debate. I just made a lot of money in this. Now, there was an echo chamber at the time, and I didn't listen to anybody. I did my own research. I put the pedal to the metal, and I made good money on it. I'm doing a very similar thing to Palantir. I see a clear-cut future for Palantir. I see a clear-cut ability for Palantir to get into the very high double digits and low triple digit shares, price per share. I do think that in 2024, and they better start showing a really nice growth of 20% plus compound annual growth rate, because there should be a lot of money coming in from the AIP platforms. If AIP is a game changer, and this is something that we were waiting for this whole time, and I truly do believe that it is, then the numbers should start reflecting that. So we should be getting around that 20% compound annual growth rate, or close to it, let's say 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I think we're going to be in good shape for 2025, where we can possibly start bringing in that 30% compound annual growth rate. Right now, everybody is doubting Palantir. When Palantir is going to start flying up, everyone's going to give props to Palantir. The main thing is, September 14th, there's going to be a Palantir AIP Con. Second AIP Con. In between Palantir AIP Con 1 and Palantir AIP Con 2, which is about to happen, you had Palantir Demo, which I did show on this channel, the Palantir Demo. And it's going to be very important to see the capabilities of Palantir, because we essentially know the capabilities of ChatGPT. We are going to essentially know the capabilities of ChatGPT for Enterprise, right? There's going to be ChatGPT where you can do twice as fast, where you can put in more information, where you can use your proprietary data, so on and so forth. So we essentially know what this is. We don't really know what Palantir is. And when I say we, I mean most of the population. But the Palantir community, people like myself and other people that show the content. And we have such an amazing, amazing Palantir community without missing anybody. You know, Arnie's doing such a great job. Amit's doing such a fabulous job. Tom keeps putting out videos right now. And we have a couple of other amazing, Palantir Research. So many amazing Palantir community members and people that are just reaching out to the masses. And if I missed anybody, guys, I apologize. It's no beef. I'm talking off the top of my head. We are going to do a job, and our job is to bring the information of Palantir to the masses. That's what we do as social media influencers, and give our own personal opinions. Not for financial advice, none of that shit. Just our own personal opinions. And in my personal opinion, Palantir's AIP is a much better large language model, machine learning, and example of artificial intelligence than there is anything out on the market. Now, I'm not an engineer. I only am able to do my research. A lot of people like, Adam, if you're not an engineer, then how would you know? Well, you can listen to engineers like CodeStrap, right? And there's other people like CodeStrap. Maybe he's the most famous of, but there are other people in our community like a CodeStrap. So it's very important that you take your time and do the research. And for me, the Palantir AIP Con shows us in action. And many people don't even watch these demos, which is crazy. I'm telling you, I use ChatGPT daily. I use Bard daily. I use different artificial intelligence platforms, programs, apps daily. What Palantir has, Palantir AIP, is special. It is completely different than ChatGPT for enterprise. The capabilities is totally different. Palantir needs to find a way to slim down their model, to increase their client and customer base so that their revenues go up, or reach more mega businesses that sign up with Palantir. Either or, because they need to increase their customers to bring in more revenue to get at least that 20% CAGR. If they can hit at least 20% CAGR from where we were before, 13%, and we're about to hit 16 for the whole year, 20% is going to start moving the needle. And that's going to appease Wall Street up until 2025, where we need to get closer to that 30% range. 30% is the magic number. However, if we can get towards that range and show accelerated growth, getting closer to that, that's also going to be a very good thing for Palantir. Besides, for the NHS deal this month, we should get a clearer answer at the end of this month or maybe next month about the Titan program. And we have a lot of great things happening with Palantir. That's my 2 cents on it. Take the noise, get it out. And if you listen to myself, Amit, Palantir Research, Tom, Arnie, or any of the other amazing content creators for Palantir, do your own research. What we're here for is just to give you a small point of information, a small stepping stone for you to actually sit down and do your own research. Don't listen to myself or anybody else. We're not here to give financial advice. I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm not qualified to give you financial advice. What I am qualified to do is to give you some entertainment and education to make you sit down and think, oh, AIP Con? Why don't I sit the fuck down and actually watch the AIP Con? Oh, I'm a huge investor in Palantir, but I didn't watch the Palantir AIP demo. I'm such a schmuck. Why don't I go on Adam Bergman's channel, search AIP demo, and watch the demo? How many of you guys watched the video that I have about the Palantir demo? I guarantee you, maybe 1 or 2 out of 10 people watched it. Why? This is your investment. Take the noise, cancel the noise out, forget the noise. Do your own research. If I listened to the noise, I would never be successful. I would have never made $1 million on Moderna. I would have never made my other investments. When I invested in Yonkers in the hood, people like, Adam, it's the hood. You're going to get killed. Why are you going there? Blah, 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 blah. Made good money on that shit, right? Listen to yourself. But in order to listen to yourself, you need to be able to do your own research and your own due diligence, which most people do not. For lack of better words, you are lacking. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm about to go out to dinner. Let me more time. Look how absolutely beautiful that is. The sun is setting. It's gorgeous. Boom, 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 boom. About to go get some good food.